If y'all are out here messing with men or even conversating on the phone with men who cannot buy you a tire for your car,
you have to be able to recognize when they're trying to shame you out of your own pockets, when they try to make it seem as like a real man would do this. Describe, let's talk about it.
we are in the pits of hell right now, because I'm going to have to stoop down to y'all level, to the men and the women that's in my comments talking about something. A man could show up for you in other ways, not just financially. We're not talking about that. What we talking about is that in the span of 2 days, I just had to come out of my pocket with almost $800. I did not go on no phone asking no nigga for nothing. They called me, asked me what I was doing, and I told them what I had going on. In the midst of listening to what I had going on and what it is that I'm doing, one offered to pay and one did not. If y'all are out here messing with men or even conversating on the phone with men who cannot buy you a tire for your car, let's say this man is coming inside of your house and watching your TV in your house, and he can't replace the TV for you, you do not need to be talking to him, seeing him, or anywhere around him. Because I got to bring things down to y'all level, because y'all are slow. And I feel bad for y'all. Because to me, what it seems as though is that y'all be letting them men get away with anything. Yeah, y'all be letting them get away with anything. Y'all, as long as, I guess as long as something, smacks is involved or something. I don't know, baby. But I don't play like that. To the broke ass men in my comments that's talking about that's some gold digging SHIT. Just say you ain't got no money. Please do us all a favor and just say you ain't got no money. That's all. All this gold digging, you are on my business page where I sell soap for $20. If anybody got the gold, baby, it's me. Okay? And it work. Please don't play with me. Find you something safe to do. Y'all need to be focusing on manly things. I'm telling y'all how to be the men. Y'all too busy in my comments trying to be the women.
You gotta just avoid women like this, right? It sounds, all of it sounds good. It's couched and it makes sense, right? I guess that you want to be with someone that has resources. That way, when you're in a bind and you're not asking for help, but you want the expectation that if you just simply announce your problem, you should not have to voice it. Men should simply offer. You're talking about two men that you're talking to, so you don't have any type of exclusivity with any of them, but you still want to feel like you're entitled to their pockets. You don't have to play this game, right? You don't have to play this game. You don't have to be shamed into saying, if you can't do this, then I shouldn't be dealing with you. That's fine. Those are her preferences. Those are her standards. You just leave women like that alone. When you get to a certain spot, when you actually work on yourself and you take a broader look and you have more of an abundant mindset, you'll realize a lot of this is just noise that goes back and forth. Real wealth, when people understand about actually having money, resources, emergency funds, they understand that for you to come out and even have the expectation that I should, because I can, do it for you, that's a very low sort of way of thinking. Right? That's not something that you want to be with, or someone that you want to actually build things together with. Now, of course, we always hold the idea that, or the hope that people can grow and evolve and change and let go of these sort of mindsets. But for the most part, when you come across this, and it'll be young and it'll be old, you simply say, hey, it's no problem. I'm going to withdraw my name from the candidacy and wish you the best. Go with that man that's offering you to buy your tire, because it never stops. There's something else. Now, in order for me to watch your TV, I need to be able to replace your TV or your sofa. I eat anything from your fridge, I need to be able to buy the fridge, replace all the groceries in the fridge. Because you said this is how men are supposed to be. Whenever you let someone else define things intrinsically about you, it's always going to be to their favor. Other people would say, amongst other men, they would say, if someone is trying to talk you out of your pockets, if someone is trying to essentially manipulate you, the manly thing to do is simply withdraw. It's not to get demonstrative, it's not to fall in line. The best way for you to win and beat this shit test is simply to walk away. You don't play this, you withdraw your attention, and you say, I was in the wrong pool. That's more of a masculine answer rather than someone saying real men do X, Y, and Z. Lastly, right, or before we continue more, you'll notice that whenever it comes down to when you want to hear, when someone wants to critique what you are saying, when you put something online, especially when you put something that's specifically divisive, and you already have a way to talk about the people in the comments, you didn't make your video private. You want the interaction. You're hoping for the interaction. That's why you say some things that are simply out there more and more and more, because you want the interaction. But you don't want to defend your point. You simply want to attack and call people names once they come and say, yo, that's kind of gold digger behavior. Now, oh, just say you're broke. But I'm not the one that needs the money. I'm not the one that has trouble replacing tires or a TV or any of these things. And I'm not selling soap online, but people can have their opinions and still be doing incredibly well. You just don't tend to see those same people in your DMs or in, making comments. But that doesn't mean because they're not ultra wealthy, they don't have the money, or they're not doing better than you. You really don't know what the status of people are when you're just talking to them online, when you're just talking to them in the comment section. So when you, instead of defending your point, instead of saying, okay, yeah, I can see where this is gold digging behavior, I can see why you could think that, but here's my rebuttal. I want to be with someone that looks at the things I have, looks at the things I have accomplished, and isn't necessarily impressed by them. They see this as a standard. They see this as what we should be doing. I want to be with someone that can, just as I am, I could replace my tire just as they can. We would have a question why you're paying $800 for a tire. That's just probably an important part as well. But that aside, we'd want to make sure, like, yo, are you okay? Does this make any sense? Instead of trying to shame men into saying you need to do exactly what I'm doing for me right now, I should have a window into your wallet immediately. Like I said before, you're talking to two guys. None of them has any type of exclusivity with you. You want this from them simply because you're talking to them. These men, and when you work on yourself and you start to look at things not from this tit for tat, you're in the trenches, right? You're living paycheck to paycheck, or you got a little bit of bread, and then you're thinking that you have to adhere to these dating standards. You don't. You really don't. Once you become comfortable being by yourself, once you become comfortable chasing your purpose above all else, chasing peace in your purpose, you look and say, okay, I don't really have to engage with it. Right? Hey, I wish you the best. I hope you find exactly what you're looking for and you go the other way. That's the best thing you could do in situations like this. But listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. You see other videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. Of course, if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.